Hello everyone, welcome to WorldFxClub. In this video, I'm going to share the most important things that you need to know if you're starting your trading journey. Please watch this video completely, do not skip any part of it because I'm going to share the most important things that you need to know if you're starting your trading journey. Have a look. So here are the three things that I'm going to talk about today. One, identifying a trend, entering into a trade, and then exiting a trade, right? So let me just take up any random chart and explain you step-by-step process how I'm going to do all these three things: identifying a trend, entering a trade, and exiting a trade, right? So let me just get started with any product. So let's just pick it up from my watch list, which is, let's say, any currency pair, let's say GBP CHF, right? Now I have done some analysis, but I'll remove these analysis and I'll start the process from scratch, right? So what I do generally is try to pick up any time frame and I mix it with any smaller time frame. So if I'm picking up 1 hour, I tend to pick up 5 minutes for my entry and exits. And if I pick up 4 hours, then I pick up 15 minutes as my entry and exits, right? So let's just talk about 1 hour first, right? So as I can see that this particular trend looks like into a downtrend. So I'll mark my key zones first to identify what trend it is. If you do not know how to mark trends, let me give you a little bit background about marking trends, right? So how do you mark generally a trend? So the basic fundamentals are, if you have such structure where you have clear higher lows and along with that clear higher highs, that means it's a strong uptrend. And we recommend only trading in the strong trends, either a strong uptrend or a strong downtrend. It is just opposite. So if you have lower high, where your highs are forming lower and lower, along with that, if you have a lower low structure, that means your lows are also forming lower. This is known as a strong downtrend. We always recommend trading in these two scenarios. If you can identify these two scenarios, your trading will be very much easier, right? So these are the two things that you can note down. Now, once you can identify a trend, all you need to do is identify key zones to enter. So let's say if your trend is up and the price is trading at support zone, so it is advisable to take a trade here at support zone because you can see that there are some bounces on the zone, right? So let me do the analysis, fresh analysis on this chart. Let me remove all the drawings. So yeah, as I can see, I can mark my highs and lows to identify. So let's say if this is my high, then the same high, then this is the low, then this is another high, then this is low. So it looks like it's a downtrend, right? Where you have complete downtrend with lower high structure and lower low structure, right? Now, because you know that this is forming a channel and this looks like a support zone, I will think about taking a long position or a short position, right? So let me draw some clear trend lines and key zones to identify the trading opportunity. So on a 1 hour chart, firstly, I'll try to identify what trend is this, right? And then I'll mark my support and resistance zone on 1 hour chart. So I can say that this is particularly a support zone where I can see that the market cycle is completed and I can see little push towards the upside, right? So I have to mark my trend line to identify up to what level price can go, right? These are just key areas which can give you some insight that price can reach up to this level, right? But this is not exact area, right? So you just need to know on 1 hour to identify what trend it is and if your price is at key area, right? We are not identifying right now to take a short position or a long position, right? Now, if you see, there is a short-term trend line as well. If I draw it from here, so I can see that this particular trend line, or you can take this as well, right? So I can see that price is trying to break this trend and price is trying to trade higher, right? And I have another reason to take a long position just because I know that this is a support zone. Price has hit this zone earlier and then price started trading higher. Same pattern has observed. So if the trend is broken, what price will do? Price will do a retest on the same line. So this is the trend which is broken. Price moved below, created a support and then moved higher. So we look for similar type of pattern here as well to take a long position, but not on 1 hour, guys. We will take a long position on a 5 minute chart, right? So let me remove all those things and we'll draw these things on a 5 minute chart to find out if we can enter into a long position on a 5 minute chart. So I'll just take a 5-minute time frame. Yeah, so this is a 5-minute chart, right? Let me remove this. As I know that the trend is broken, I will just try to observe things which will give me my entries. Yeah, so this is a 5-minute chart, and if you can say that price is bouncing from this zone, as this is a 1-hour support zone, and then you have a clear trend structure. You see the price is trading below. This was a key area for price, which price broke it, and now it is like a resistance to the price, right? Now I'm okay to take a long position if price starts to trade higher from this zone. So if price breaks this zone and then comes back to this zone for a retest and then bounces couple of times, then I will be okay to take a buy position. Now this kind of a simple strategy is how to enter a trade, but now this will not tell you how to exit a trade, right? So when you enter a trade, of course you keep your stop loss and take profit to help you to manage risk. So if I will remove everything and I will tell you that if I am okay to take a trade here, this will be my long position. So I will take a trade somewhere here, right? My stop loss will be right next to this zone because I know that price is bouncing from this zone. So I'll keep little margin so that my stop loss doesn't get hit, right? So I'll just wait for this opportunity to break and then come back to this area, then I'll take a long position. Now this is my stop loss. Of course I have to increase the profit area to understand that this can be my potential profit. So I know that this zone was broken. The next zone which got broke was this, right? So I believe what price can do here, price can go higher and price can reject this zone as well, right? And then again go higher. So you might close your position here, or if the price drops and again creates a support, you can take second position here, right? Other thing that you can do is you can stops to break even, right? And this will help you to manage your position, right? These are some things that you can do, right? Now let me just step by step explain you the process once again, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is, let's say if the trend on any time frame is down, right? And then if you see that price is trying to break the trend and this looks like a previous support zone, right? Previous key area, you're okay to take a buy position on a 5-minute time frame, a smaller time frame, only if you see the trend is breaking higher, then only you will take a long position. So on a 5-minute chart, if you see a trend like this and you see an impulse move and you see that the trend is broken and then price comes to a retest area, then you take a long position. Now what you're doing here is you're trying to catch a bigger trend on a smaller time frame with smaller targets. What happens is when the trend you are following, which is on a higher time frame, it is difficult to change a trend, right? Trend might change easily on a 5-minute time frame, but if you go on a 1-hour time frame, it is difficult to change the trend. If you go on a daily time frame, it is even difficult to change the trend. If you go on a weekly time frame, it is even harder to change the trend, right? So always long-term trend persists. But what we are trying to do is we are trying to see if the trend is trying to break a 1-hour trend, and then we are trying to catch the trend in between using 5-minute chart where we are entering in between and our targets are also in between. This gives high probability trades and this will help you picking up right probable trades, right? This is a simple process that you can follow in any trading pair, mostly currency pairs, right? Let me just explain this process into a different time frame. Let's say if you do not have time and you want to trade on a 4-hour and a 15-minute time frame, right? And you just want to take 1 or 2 trades in a day, that's all right. Let me just follow the same process on 4-hour and 15-minute time frame. So this is AUD USD chart, right? Let me just remove everything. Yeah, there are no drawings. So let me analyze this particular chart on a 4-hour time frame where we'll try to identify trend and then we'll try to follow it either on a reverse side or either towards the trend side. So let me take you onto a 4-hour chart. This is a 4-hour chart on AUD USD. As you can say, let me remove all the drawings here. Yeah. As you can say that the earlier trend was down and then price is now creating a higher low structure along with that higher high structure. That means it's a strong uptrend, right? And then once we identified that this is a strong uptrend, it's better to take a long positions, right? So if you see, I can mark my zones. This is my trend line and I can see that this was my resistance where price broke the resistance and you have couple of retest here, right? That's on 4-hour, guys. We will not take a trade on 4 hour, we'll take a trade on 15 minute, right? So if you see now, price is kind of moving horizontally in this particular pattern, right? So if I go on a 15-minute chart, the chart will be much clearer and we can have our entries and exits, right? So if you see, this looks like an interesting opportunity. The price broke the uptrend. Now it is doing a retest on this particular zone. So maybe it's a right time to enter long position right now, right? But I'll still look for more confirmations. Let's say if the price is bouncing this area, and maybe I can have one long position here right now. So if price is bouncing this area again and again, maybe then I will take a long position maybe somewhere here, right? And then I'll expect price to go higher. Now, based on what? Based on the simple criteria that price has broken a key area, a key zone, and then price will retest the same zone to enter a long position. Now, if you see, I can draw some trend lines to see how much price can dip, right? So let me draw this trend line to understand that if price might dip to this area, I will be still comfortable taking a long position, right? So as of now, if I zoom in, I can clearly see that price is trying to trade higher, and now price is coming back to this zone, right? So if you're confused to take a trade here or here at the trend line, you can use one tool called Fibonacci. So you can use Fibonacci to identify what is the key zone of taking a buy position. So generally people take a buy position at a correction of 38.2% or 50%, right? So this looks like that this is a nice entry. If price can drop to this area, I'm okay to take a long position, maybe this area or maybe this area, right? If price starts to bounce back from these two areas, and maybe if you have a couple of bounces, then it's okay to take a long position, right? So if you take a long position, your stop loss will be right below. So again, the same criteria. So if I'm taking a long position here, my stop loss will be right below this area, and at least I should have 1 to 2 risk to reward or 1 to 3, the more the better. So I'm okay to take a profit up to the same highs, previous high, right? This kind of a trade is very easy to understand, where you just need to follow two time frames. One is 4 hour, the other one is 15 minute. And if you are like an active trader and you can spend more time on the screen, then it's okay to go on a 1 hour and a 5 minute time frame, where you can take couple of trades in a day with higher risk to reward. Even if you're losing few trades, that's all right, because if you win few trades, that will cover your all daily losses, right? This is one thing that you need to understand, is that when you do a retest strategy, when you follow this strategy, all you need to have a patience, right? Patience is very important. If you see a break, you have to wait for price to come down to this zone to take a buy position. You should not take a buy position here, right? So you should not enter after the break. You should wait for price to come down, do a retest, and then you enter. Now, if you wait for price to come down and retest the same zone, there are chances that most of the time price will just trade higher and it will not give you exact trading opportunities. But that's completely all right. You will not find all the trading opportunities, so you have to just wait for right trading opportunity to come and then take it. That's my one piece of advice for you guys, that if you're new to trading, patience is one thing that you will learn it. But I keep on saying that when you have good technical knowledge, then you have to start working on patience. This video we're talking about some technicals, like 3 ways, like how to identify a trend, how to take an entry, and how to exit a trade. These are very simple things that you can do in all of your trading pairs that you want to trade. Keep a small watch list and continue doing the same stuff. This video, I think everybody should watch it. So if any friend of yours is looking to start trading and they are struggling, just send this video to them and they'll be happy to watch it. It gives you a lot of clarity when you're trading on how to trade on different markets. Please subscribe if you like the videos and share it with your friends. Thank you so much.